Hi guys, M Vibes here. Who is M Vibes? Who is she? Well, I am here to pick your soul and not your brain because I'm not that interested in your brain. There's too many out there walking. Okay? So, if you're ready, if you trust me, let's dive right. Hi guys, M Vibes here. So, we are on our second season. And on this season, my vision is to help women to discover or rediscover their spark and align it with their vision. And I'm not going to do it alone. I'm going to do it with one of the most powerful people that I meet along the way. And today we have one of them, and her name is Karen. Karen Angel. I call her, you can just call her Angel because that's who she is. That's what she does. She is the angel. So Karen is one of my dear friend. She's amazing, a powerful woman, just does magic around the world, but I'll let her talk more. But she is the CEO of two companies, and that is Youth Fit to Lead and Faith Wheels. And I'll just let you talk a little bit more about the companies. But in my experience, Karen, when I'm around her energy field, it is so contagious. It is so powerful. I feel it's like it's changing my molecules in my body. And this is what she does for the youth. And I think it's one of the most amazing things. Why? Because the next generation, it's the seed for what we are moving forward. And she does an amazing job. And not only, these are kids like low-income kids, sexual abuse, sex trafficking, very dark. These kids are coming from very dark places. So you're doing an amazing job, Karen. I don't even know. It's just by thinking, I don't think I imagine myself doing this. It is so freaking powerful. And you having the strength. But you have the microphone, baby. You tell us your goddess energy here. You're powerful. You're a leader. You're a leader. Like, that's amazing. And you lead with your heart. And I'm very inspired. But please tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Karen, and I am 34 years hot. I am a loving, peaceful, compassionate woman. And I'm smiling at you, and I'm like, I don't know, I have this energy. And I'm just like grinning, and I'm like, these muscles are getting like tired out. But you know what? That's what happens when you see beauty, when you see so much glow in powerful women that are making a huge difference, like yourself, where you created a platform and a safe space so that we could step in this space and make a difference by using our voice and sharing our stories. So thank you for having me. I am a youth mindset coach, and I love what I do. I was telling her the passion that I have, I get the feedback that it's so contagious. And I wake up every day, 3:00, I'm like, oh my God, Karen, take your butt to sleep. Take your butt to sleep. It's too early. I wake up at 4:00, which is angel time, angel hour, I believe.
4 a.m. in the morning?
Yes, at 4 a.m. too, girl. And I'm like, okay, it's angel time. It's angel hours. I'm told that this is a time where you create miracles, like ideas, creation mode. For someone who's extremely creative, like, this is the time. And now I have a notebook on the side, and I'm like, okay, take your butt back to sleep. So I have to like force myself, which is something I've never experienced before. I wanted just to sleep my life away for a long time. And it excites me, the fact that I'm in this space. I was like, I've never knew what this was. When people say I wake up early in the morning at 5:00 in the morning or 4:00, I'm like, they are crazy. Like, what the heck? And And here I am doing the same thing. I'm like, oh my God, I found my spark. You know, I got that back because I had it. Things happen throughout life and we dim that spark. We dim that light. And that's like, here I am. Here I am.
So I want you to tell us, because the stories that you shared with me about your businesses, 2 businesses, I want you to tell us, what it is and why did you open it? Why did you decide specifically to go that road?
Oh, okay. Well, I started Fit Wheels. And when I started Fit Wheels, there was so much going on in the world. And the problem that I always saw on social media, the internet, social media is internet, parents, friends telling me is, my child, it's no longer moving. Screen time is taking over. My child is suffering from depression, anxiety. And I'm thinking, what do you mean your child doesn't want to go outside and play? What do you mean your child doesn't want to connect with you and just was be staring at a computer? That was the last thing I wanted to do when I was a kid growing up. So I am a type of girl that loves to come up with a solution.
Yes, you are.
It's probably the Latina in me. I don't know what it is. Us Latinos, we figured it out. I was like, what's the problem? We got a solution. We'll figure it out.
And this is what I actually like about you, and this is what I've learned. And I actually utilize it in my life this week. And I'm just sorry to interrupt you, but I'm just going to add what it means to always lean towards solution when shit hit the fan. Mm-hmm. So basically, let's say this week, for the last 2 weeks, everything that I had in my schedule, it did not work out. I had cancellations. I had everything was just not going the way I wanted. And then I was just like, oh my God, like you just get like mad that because it didn't go your way. But then I'm like, okay, am I going to stay in the house and just blame the world? Oh my God, because it's all about me. It's all about Amy. Or I'm going to choose to move and shift my awareness. I'm like, okay, what can I do now? What is in front of me now that I can do? And what was in front of me is basically, ride, go and choose to go to a dance class, go work out, go outside. And when I did that, I met these 2 amazing people that I never thought. The connection that I created in that moment, that I chose to lean towards solution and not staying in that vibration of problem. So thank you. That, I think I fed my soul from you.
Well, you know what? It's what you just said is you changed the meaning to what was happening in your environment. Change the meaning, change the emotion. Look at you now. You're like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. Yes. Because of what just happened, I was able to meet 2 wonderful people. And that's what happened. So always change the meaning of what is happening in your environment, even though if things are not working. And like I always say, the universe works with you, not against you. And it redirects you. We just need to trust in the process and surrender to what is. Don't fight it. Life is a mystery to be lived and not a problem to be solved.
Yes. And also I shared that with one of my friends that growth, it's not in our routine. Growth, it's not in our schedule. Growth, it's actually when you go out there and you just surrender to the unknown. Mm-hmm. It's to those experiences. That's where growth is. For me, routine is only something that keeps you focused and grounded. You don't grow out of it. But it keeps you disciplined. It keeps you focused on where you're going. But definitely, there is no growth. So, choose wisely, guys.
Okay. I love it. And that's well said.
So tell us about Youth Fit to Lead.
Well, let me finish. Can I finish the Fit Wheels? That's where I started. She's jumping. Look, she gets so excited. She's like, yes. Okay.
I love your story. That's why. Okay. I love both of them. They're amazing.
I know you do. Look at her. She gets so excited. Okay. See, this is why you have your little squad, your cheerleaders on the side. Because this is what happens, and this is contagious. Energy is so contagious, and I love it.
Definitely very contagious.
So here I am. I'm redirecting us Okay, Fitwells. So Fitwells, I started it because of all of that. Remember, I wanted to find a solution for it. And then I took myself, when I was a kid, I was always outside. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but as a child, what were you doing at your time, at your age?
Oh, I grew up outside. I grew up in a farm. I grew up in a farm. Yes. I'm like, hello. I grew up with animals. Like, we didn't have any technology, anything. But I grew up poor, and that was the reason why. But also, you know, somewhere that it's very far away from the modern world, which it was good for that moment being. You know, I've learned a lot. I was very grounded and very present.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what I remember. I mean, I lived in Seaside, a small town next to Monterey, California. And it was freeze tag, computer tag, duck, duck, goose, tie-dyes. I mean, we did not want to be in our technologies. We wanted to be outside. And I remember my father would whistle at us. 9 o'clock, the sun was going down. Like, we will whistle, and we were 6. So everybody will come out of different houses out of the neighborhood because we're hearing him whistling at us, and we ran straight home. So it was that life. Now it's different. Everybody is doing their own little thing. There's a disconnection and anxiety
You
and
wanted
depression.
to bring that for other kids.
And I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to bring Fitwells. And I want to make it fun and exciting where kids see my bus and they see it so cheerful, vibrations and different colors. And they're just going to run. What is this? Like the ice cream bus. Everybody gets excited, right? The ice cream bus. Oh my God, the ice cream truck. And everybody wants to go get ice cream. So I became like the ice cream bus, but as a gym on wheels. Where imagine walking into the bus and there's rock climbing, zip lining, trampoline, balance beams, slides coming out. We have ball pit. I mean, and every week it changes. There's rotation. And I was going to schools, underserved schools.
It's amazing.
And then it got to a point we went to the community, underserved communities, where we brought community to bring community spirit. And we, I partnered with the city, and we started doing things like that in different areas. So what this was brought awareness about mental health, because I implemented personal growth in it, leadership, empowerment, and everything I did, I coached kids through fitness. I created games, and through the games, they were able to discover how do they show up in life? What type of leaders are they? Do they stay
Personality.
Absolutely. And I'm able to highlight that. And they're able to see, oh, shoot, no wonder that's not working for me. No wonder I don't speak up. Where else in your life do you do that? Because when we want to become powerful leaders and make a big difference in the world, we got to show up different. We got to get out of our comfort zone.
Yes, and I'm really happy because the past probably couple of years, you know, there is more awareness around the mental health. And I'm very grateful that, you know, you start with those kids. And you're saying, can you tell me when you're saying about the colors? I really like.
Yes. Well,
and because it is a colorful,
yes,
a bus full with colors, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, the bus is I wanted, when I was getting the whole bus design, they're like, what's your vision? And I said, I want kids to come into my bus and think that they're like in a whole different world. So I had like clouds, rock climbing wall, different colors. And not too long ago, I had a woman that I was introduced to by my best friend, Shayna. And she said, Karen, did you know that the bus that you design is for kids or people with disabilities like dyslexia? And I'm like, what? I did not know that. She's like, yeah, look, you pop the colors and your name pops too. I was like, yeah, because that's, for me, it's easier. She's like, yeah, so you designed a bus for kids with all the same, not disabilities, I call them flexibilities, right? Or capabilities, because we're so capable. What the heck? We just got to figure out other ways to do so. Yes. So that's why, I mean, you see me, I'm highlighting things, I decorate, and everything I do is just poppy, you know, and beautiful and colors everywhere. So yeah, that's, and then I'm learning about these capabilities that I have, because this is something I suppressed for such a long time that now I embraced it.
And you own it. In
own
such
it.
a way. Yes.
Absolutely. And I think that's where like my power came. When I finally stopped shaming myself, when I finally stopped saying, you know what, Karen, get out of this story that you're saying that people are not gonna give you business, that people are not gonna want you to coach their child because you're a person that comes with special needs.
But this is the way. I feel that this is the best way to connect to them, because you feel it. Like now your connection, that tool, that wire that connects you and the other person, it's based on the same thing. It's based on the same mutual feeling. Everything is mutual. And yeah, I just wanted to add this.
Well, no, it's actually, that's very true, like what you just said and you just highlighted, because the story that I just told you about why I did it,
yes,
that was one of a small increment of why I did it. But the real reason I didn't want to share it with anybody, because I didn't want people to judge me and look at me different, and that gave me these contracts to work with the kids, but really was because I took a training at Choice Center Leadership University about personal growth. And that's where I discovered that someone once told me, a piece of paper and the education system, that I was not good enough.
Yes, and I remember we talked about this, when we had a live on Instagram and you were just sharing, and it was very, very amazing how you went about your dreams and you didn't listen to, when people would say that you're not going to make it, when they put you in that class with like only special need kids, and they were kind of labeled you. And, I'm really kind of marching for this thing with labeling and names, and this is who you are. They put you in a box, drive me fucking crazy. I don't like it, But anyway, we find solutions, right? We already just talk about. So thank you so much. Do you want to finish anything?
Yeah, I was just going to say that's the reason why I started it, because I was like, every kid that jumps into my bus, as soon as the bus opens, no labels. No one is going to tell you who you are. You know who you are. You know what you're capable. And I will make sure that my kids, the minute they step out of my bus, that they know that they're unstoppable.
So when they walk in, you obviously see them, how they walk, the energy level, and how they walk out. Tell me a little bit about that experience. What was the feedback? What was the best feedback from a child that came to you?
I mean, the parents are just like, my child is secure. I mean, they do a whole application, and this is everything. So I really hone into that, and I see the way they behave and do things. And I start giving them certain exercise and games to really support them, get them out of that. And I had one child, I was going to say his name, but I don't think I should. One child, he was very upset. Like he couldn't get it. He's like, I can't get it. I'm stupid. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? So I will connect with them and get close and intimate in his space. And I say, what's going on? He's like, I could never do it. I can't move the way you want me to. I can't jump the way you want me to. My legs get stuck. I said, sweetie, tell me what you're good at. Tell me what you're good at. I got to get him out of that state right now because that's not working for him. Tell me what you're good at. His eyes light up. I'm good at math. I'm good at science. I'm really smart. I'm really, really smart, coach. I was like, okay, honey, can you imagine a world with teachers and they're all teachers? Oh my God, that would be horrible. That would suck. That would be the worst. I think he was like 9 or 8 years old.
Oh my God.
And I said, okay, honey, see that? You're different. I'm different. I'm not good at what you just said you're good at, but I need people like you in my life to help me. But see, this is why I'm in your life. You need me to help you. And then one day you're not going to get that. Coach Karen's been doing this for 30 something years. Okay. You just started. Be gentle, be kind. You got this. Believe in yourself. Don't focus on like, okay, how am I going to like the dream? Like where do you want to get to? And you'll figure it out along the way. Just take it step by step. This kid was unstoppable. He never gave up. He never gave me a tantrum ever again.
Tantrum, I love that.
We're grown-ups walking around with tantrums all over this world. But if we don't work on and healing these wounds at a young age, we're going to grow up being adults.
Yes.
Tantrums.
Well, but that's what we did, especially when I came in the United States. That's exactly what I was. We walking with these baggages, you know, and we take it from home. We inherit it from our parents, from our grandparents, you know. We were just like sponges, you know. You absorb everything and then you don't know how to let go. You don't know how to clear all that stuff. So, but that's another subject for another day.
I always say, throw out your stinky garbage.
Yes.
You're carrying that out. You're tired of it.
Yes, I love it. So now we're going to move to the
Youth Fit to Lead.
Yes.
Well, Youth Fit to Lead started because Fit Wheels had to close. California passed a law with admissions. They want us to go green by 2030.
That's crazy.
So one door closes, a bigger one opens. And at the time, I didn't know what that was going to look like. COVID hit, so I already was forced to go virtually, and I was having a challenge time anyways because technology is not my forte, but I'm practicing, you know? And so I was forced to get out of my comfort zone and do things I was not uncomfortable with, and I did it. And that's when Youth Fit to Lead started. And youth for me stands for youth, fitness, 2, because we spread peace around the world, because that's the vision, to go around the world and heal our kids, and one kid at a time, but in a workshop, experiential learning, where we bring movement to them.
Yes.
Almost like Fit Wheels, but without the bus.
Yes.
So I had to figure out a way. And I thought, okay, well, workshops will be amazing. I could do a lot of kids, and we could get coaches, and we get speakers from all over, and people with a powerful story that makes me cry. I want them because they get to heal. And as they heal, others heal.
Everyone else around heals. Yes. I love that.
And Youth Fit to Lead, our kids that go through our program, they come back and they coach.
Wow, that's amazing.
Now they're healing even in a deeper way, because now they're giving it back. And the power of life is giving. And when you give, holy moly, you get so much more.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So our kids, Youth Fit to Lead is you fit to lead to run this workshop. I give them a part of the workshop where they're running it. They feel confident, they feel unstoppable, and they do way better than I do. So I'm like, okay, you fit to lead, go ahead, you got this. And I just coach and I watch and I guide them, I redirect them. That's all I do.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing, Karen. It's phenomenal, this woman, right? So today, our topic is the power of enrollment, right? How do we enroll people, friends, family in our vision? And I've been working really hard on this one. You know, it is so much deeper, guys, than just talking about the vision. Just like it's more, you along the way you heal those wounds that, you know, I just looked. Yesterday I was just thinking how like my parents are looking into, like, just even when you go somewhere and someone else talks about their vision, what they want to do, my parents used to just always judge. Like they used to, oh, they're selling something. And I realized that when I wanted to enroll someone in my vision, what I want to do, I felt deep inside that I'm selling something. And I'm like, fuck, this is not even my energies. It's not even my thoughts. So it took me deeper. On a deeper level that I need to heal. And that is not just me. This is also my parents, what they told me about this. Like every time you go somewhere, they were always like, someone is trying to fuck you up, you know? Someone is trying to sell you something. So yes. So let's do this. I'm going to ask you a question, and you are amazing in enrollment. You're just phenomenal. And how do you say how to turn your pain into purpose? Yes.
Or your victim story into victory.
Yeah, a victory. Yes. So, and M Vibes is all about finding the spark, right? So my first question would be, we all have a vision. We all have a dream, right? So first is to find that spark, right? To identify what it is. Then tap into it and learn about and then is enrolling others. So we're gonna go with the first one. My question to you is, tell, like, 2 or 3 techniques or tools that people actually can tap into their vision, into their spark. I ask many times, or I yesterday I had an event and I was talking about, I'm a coach, an alignment coach. I help women and men to find their spark, and their spark, what is this? So it told me that there's so many people, they don't know what it even is. Like spark is vision, spark is passion for life. So as you see, this woman is very passionate. So tell me, how did you find your spark?
Well, I think for me specifically is I had a lot of healing to do. There was a lot of suppression, and that suppression was turning into anger, right? I was get triggered fast. So while I was doing the work and I started being aware, okay, this is not working. Mm-hmm. Here I am, 27 years old, and I feel like at that time, I'm like, man, Karen, like, you're funny, you're courageous, you're passionate. When you want something, you go get it. But why is it that I feel like something's missing? Well, it was because I never really took the time to look deep into all of the wounds that was holding me back to really tapping into my greater power, right? Our higher self, or others would say, to tap into your greatness.
So how did you tap into it?
Well, I started doing a lot of work, and I discovered that the healing started with all my childhood trauma. And then that's when I realized, oh, if I was able to heal myself, now I'm 27 years old, and it's taken a lot. It's not a one-time thing, pill you take and boom. No, it's a constant work. It's like you don't take one training, you don't read one book, and boom, you have it all. I think for me, it was just ongoing work, but I started noticing a big shift when I started doing the work and immersing myself, and I started feeling free. The more I've submersed, the more freedom I felt and peace. And that's when I was like, okay, this I can bring to kids, because my trauma happened when I was a kid. And if I'm able to heal, I know that that's the power.
So what was the trauma what was the trauma that actually helped you, well, first of all, to identify, to heal, and then turn it into passion, that would be your spark?
Yes, I think it was really, really embracing my imperfections.
And what is that?
My learning capabilities, right? Mm-hmm. When I was being ashamed that I was not smart enough or I wasn't good enough. So I had, based on what the school system put me in these classes, instead of coaching children on their mindset, and
we're just putting you and closing you in that room, basically selling that's all you can do in this life.
And then you have other kids like saying, yes, you're retarded, you're this and you're that, and you're like, I don't want to hear that. But when you're hearing it constantly as a child, your head is so,
it becomes
you're so
a
innocent.
program.
Yeah, you become programmed. So as you get older, what do? You start collecting evidence. And you're like, yep, that's proof. See, I messed up again. Proof. And that's what we do, because we want to prove ourselves right. So I think for me was that, and they say that our spark always comes from, what did you love when you were a child? What were you doing? And for me, I love being in front of the camera. I love being goofy. I love acting, doing scenarios. I love dancing. I loved motivating people. And I just was so intrigued with adults, but I was so intrigued with little kids. So then that's how was discovered that I was like, oh my gosh, I love kids. So I can motivate kids, inspire kids. I love dancing. So I implement dancing in everything that I do, because that's freedom. That's like just embracing everything about you, and just being, I guess, free is the right word.
Mm-hmm. And why did you choose? So it would be Youth Fit to Lead. With Youth Fit to Lead, and every single kid has a story, and that story is very painful, right? So it's not just kids with special needs, right? It's more than that. So
Oh, yeah.
how did you get that strength? I guess that strength in your soul.
I think, okay, I see what you're trying to guide me to. For me, I had to really silent my brain. There's so much noise going on that I was like, done. I had to interrupt all this noise that was no longer serving me because I had a big mission and not a big dream. But how was I going to get that when I'm so fogged up and there's so much noise in here?
So how did you do that?
I had to ground myself and bring myself to the present moment, because in the world, we're so driven by results, achievements, rewards. That takes away from living in the present moment and listening to what is it that you want. Not what the world wants, not what society wants. What is it that you want? And I think that's what really, I got connected. And then I started looking up to, my gosh, people that I look up to, successful people, Tony Robbins being one of them. I started looking up at Oprah Winfrey, Pitbull, Alicia Keys, all these people. How do they do it? They're so passionate, and that's contagious. I want that. And I started, wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing that.
Being that.
I started following their routines. Gratitude. What was gratitude? I'm so fogged up in my head. I don't know what to be grateful for. But I started finding out ways. I'm breathing. I can taste. I can see. I can hear. I can walk. I can swallow my food.
That's amazing.
So I started seeking gratitude. And through that, things started shifting around
Gratitude
my world.
is everything. It's a higher frequency out there. I forgot the frequency, I think, but it's 900 and something, which elevates everything. It's love and gratitude is one of the highest frequency.
Wow. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing. We can cut.
Yeah, we can cut it, yeah.
But okay, so we can cut it, right? So we went a lot with this, but it's fine.
Oh my God.
What we're gonna do now?
We're at 30 minutes. So.
Yes. So we're gonna take another 20 minutes, and we're gonna talk all about enrollment.
Okay.
Okay.
And enrollment can be fast.
Yes. So I'm gonna ask you now. Okay. So once you found your vision, like how did you start enrolling? I want you now to talk about more enrollment
And being, yeah.
and being that, and we're gonna just talk
Connection.
about enrollment for 20 minutes.
Okay.
So basically,
good.
imagine
Quick
that
and
you're coaching me right now. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna say. So imagine that I am your student, in the workshops, and I'm gonna ask you, coach me. How can I enroll people in my vision and my dream? How can I go about and be confident even in my dream? And so basically, first is me believing in my own dream, right? Like something like that. We'll just move around. Okay? Yeah? You like
You just guide me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll answer the questions.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing. We're gonna move next to enrollment, and here I want to focus only on how do we create that connection with someone and talking about our dream. And first of all is us believing in our dream. And I remember when I met you in Vegas, you were just so good and you coached me in a way. So now I want you, so our audience can hear and see us, is basically imagine that I am your student and I'm that little kid. I am 15 years old. And I'm coming to you and I'm asking you, please, can you coach me? I want to believe in my dream first. And I want people to believe in me and my dream. How would you coach me on that?
Well, first, I want to know, I would ask questions and see what is it that I want to build rapport with you. I want to connect with you. And I want to ask questions, and then listen. So for me, it would be like, so what do you like doing for fun? And I connect with them with my story. And then I want to hear their story too. Mm-hmm. And then I ask them, where are you at? How are you feeling? Emotion. So I give them an example and I grade it scale 1 through 10. Where are you at? How are you feeling? Coach, I'm feeling at a 1. What does it feel like? What's the emotion? Is it sadness, anxiety? You're anxious. So tell me more about why are you the one? And they start opening up. But first I have to open up. I gotta get vulnerable with them, right? I get to be. It's about be, do, and have. In order for you to have this connection and create this one-on-one enrollment, because life is all about enrollment. Just crossing the street. Hey, no, you go. No, you go.
It's all about the power of vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
And it goes back, and I remember you were telling me about this when we had our life, your vulnerability, consistency, and I forgot what you said, but vulnerability for me personally, it's one of the hardest one. I've been dissociated from my life, from my body, from connection, from this world for almost 27 years. And I was just, I can say that I was like a lost soul in between two worlds, not here, not there, just, and it was, I know how hard it is. And for me, when I start, well, first of all, to believe in my own dream. What is my vision? When I rediscover my spark, and I found it, I'm like, okay, well, now I stepped into my power. Well, now what? So definitely was when I started creating the connection and let go of me thinking that I want something from that person that I am saying. Is just really letting go of detach from everything and just be like right here, be the experience that you want them to experience, to have. And it sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest things I've ever done.
You said it. And even the word human being, it has B-E in it. Human being. We forget to be. And what does that even mean? To be present, to be here right now. Because what happens is we get distracted. And when we get distracted, we miss out. And when we miss out, you miss out in the present moment, which you don't gain back. The present moment is the most powerful tool, but it's the hardest tool to do. But we have to master it. It's a muscle. We get to practice.
Yes. And also what I wanted to ask you is that me personally, it does not matter how much work I do. I always, not even like, let's use the word trigger, right? So we can understand each other. I always trigger in fear of rejection. Because when you try to enroll people into your dream, you will have a lot of rejection. So not everyone is going to love you. Not everyone is going to follow you. So how do you move on from rejection and you don't get stuck in that?
You have to be crystal clear. You have to be clear of what is your mission. When your mission is so clear, none of that will matter because they don't know what they don't know. You know what's possible.
And I want to add to this, your story, basically, like knowing everything that you're going through and you're facing, you get to face a lot of rejection from a lot of people and you don't give up.
It was horrible.
So how do you don't give up, basically? You're not saying, fuck it. Okay, well, this doesn't work.
Well, because I got crystal clear and I knew exactly who I was. I knew what my intention was. I knew that I was here to make a difference in the world. No one was going to stop me. When I was doing Fit Wheels and I didn't know anything of how to enroll or any of that, I was very new in the game. And I went to a school and it was an American woman. It was a private school, beautiful school. And that was a dream. She grabbed my flyer and I have dyslexia. So I can imagine how many words I had messed up on there. She grabbed it and threw it at me. That was the worst. I did not go back at any schools for 3 months. That hit me, a wound. It hit the wound. You know why? Because I felt insecure already. I didn't come up powerful. I was very insecure. I was already coming with fear that they weren't going to accept me, right? But when you know who you are, you know the direction you're going to go to. You don't know how you're going to get there, but that doesn't matter. You're going to take step by step. What matters is you're crystal clear, your mission, your vision, the difference you want to make, whatever that is. And for me was, now I know who exactly I was. I healed all of my wounds. So now if you try to say something to me, I'll be like, wow, it's about her. She's insecure. She doesn't believe that I'm going to go all over the world and make a difference. But I know that doesn't, but if you would have said to me, hey, Karen, no, that's impossible, I would have got triggered. But now I see, oh my gosh, it's about her. Because I know I'm crystal clear, I'm going to get there.
That's amazing.
And I'll show you how by just being it.
Yes.
Being it, that's it. Enrollment is about being. It's the moment you're starting to tell people, blah, 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 you become a salesperson. Enrollment is about connection and being here right now and being in the present moment.
And that's
and
one of the,
up.
that's one
just
of,
show up, honey. Just show up.
Yes, that's one of the hardest things. And being present and detached from everything and just being that. And it's not about you anymore. It's about what you see for that person.
Exactly.
How would you want them? Because knowing them, you know, you want them to experience, and then you basically just show them the experience that you had. Thank you so much. I feel that, guys, that what we learned today here is find your purpose, your spark, and how is by connecting with your wounds. That's what Karen was saying. Because by avoiding your trauma, by avoiding the things that did not make you feel uncomfortable, this is the key to tap into your spark by healing. And it's going to be an ongoing journey over and over again.
Up and down.
Yes, and you'll need to make that decision over and over and over again until you learn and you become the best of it. Then once you find your purpose, make it be very crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
Yes, that this is exactly what I'm gonna do, and also allow yourself to know that you will have rejection in life. Not everyone is gonna follow you. Not everyone is going to love you. So be open to criticism. Be open to hear the word no. And that once you do that, then you start enrolling. I'm gonna, you tell them what would be like the fourth level after they found the spark, they have the clear vision. Now is how do you go about in the world and enroll people?
I think knowledge isn't power anymore. It's execution turns every day. Execution turns knowledge, right? And every day of the week, you just create. Do not focus on what didn't work unless you are here to try to see, what did I learn from this? How can I make this better? But if you dwell on that, you're going to be stuck again. So no, focus on, okay, what didn't work, and let me execute and move forward. And always surround yourself with people that have already done it.
So it can save you some time.
Absolutely. Because you don't want to hire someone or get it from other voices that are not even being it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got it. We're going to go through breakthroughs and you're going to discover things. And every time you hit rock bottom, you're just going to get up even stronger.
And this is the past, though. This is like, not everyone has the strength to go all the way to the bottom. But through every single breakdown, guys, that's where you find your breakthrough. So now we're getting very close to finish our meeting right here. So what I'm gonna do is I want you to tell people about the fundraiser that you're creating right now, the nonprofit. So anything do you want to share before we end our recording? How you say episode? Yes, before we end our episode, guys. So Karen is gonna share, please, the fundraiser and everything.
We are fundraising $20,000. Yes, I said it. $20,000. We are going to Oaxaca, Mexico, where we're going to deliver fun fitness equipment, jump ropes, soccer cleats, soccer balls. I bring all the fun things like slime because they don't have that. And it's a luxury to have that out there. So if you want to support, please donate to Youth Fit to Lead on Venmo, PayPal, we're like in the middle of doing all the other stuff on the website. But right now we have Venmo and PayPal at Youth Fit to Lead. It's going to be incredible. I leave on December 23rd to Oaxaca. And the mission about this, when I decided where I wanted to go, was because my friend, Michelle Osorio, when I hit rock bottom, I needed money. And she saw me. She's like, Karen, what do you need? And I said, I just need connect me with people so I can tell them what I have to offer. Cause so far I'm doing everything and like, I'm not getting paid, you know? And she said, hey, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you some money. And I'm like, no, I don't need that.
Okay, so this is what I actually wanted to say, that yesterday when we had this conversation with you, like you have people that can give it to you.
Yes.
And you don't want to take it. And that's amazing because you're like, I want to go through it. I want to learn. Like, this is amazing because here it's not about money, just the money. It is about learning this art of fundraising, of making the money, that you did it. Because yes, I mean, it's amazing when people want to help you, don't get me wrong, but you said no because I want to learn.
Yeah, I wanted to feel the pain, what it feels like, right?
I mean, how many people would even fucking say that? People would just take the money and go. Like, that's amazing.
Right. And you know what? When I told my cousin, like, well, she's my best friend, but since the womb, now we're cousins. And I told her, no thanks. And she ended up giving me $1,000 on Venmo. And I'm like, what? So she's from Oaxaca. Family's from Oaxaca. So that's why I'm going there. Because
I think I'm gonna come to Oaxaca too, because I'm supposed to go now in September. I canceled. It's one of my bucket lists.
There you go,
so
girl.
I'm gonna be part of it.
See? So yeah, we're fundraising and we're going there. And the whole mission of this too is to make sure that every family has food on the table. In the holidays, it's very hard. And especially in low income, when a lot of people in small little communities, they're overseen. Right? So I want to bring that to them. I want to bring excitement during the holidays and let them know they're not alone. There's people that don't know them, but they have a heart of giving. Because I have a lot of giving friends. We're going to make a difference. We're going to make a difference. See how I'm so clear? And I'm going to raise $25,000. I'm very clear at it.
Yes, and I like when you say that you don't say like I hope I will, maybe we will raise money, or maybe this, you say I am. And it's very, very powerful, guys. When you declare something, make sure that when you declare it's like it's happening. It's already happened. Yep. You just basically claim it now. So the power, language has power. And you know that. So
yes. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So yes, please donate. The next workshop we have for Glowing Within is powerful, is about girls really learning about who is it that they are. Self-love. We're going to talk about self-love, social media, creating healthy relationships, communication, and the whole program is about defining that glow, discovering that glow that you have, because along the way things happen and we dim our own glow, we dim our own light.
So that's the spark.
That's the spark. There you go, girl. So yeah, that's October the 16th. So enroll is $300 per child. It's an all-day event from 10 to 6:30. It's going to be powerful. We're going to have people from all over flying into this, speakers. We are having dancers. I mean, it's an experience. It's an experience you do not want your child to miss.
That's amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Karen, one more time. And we'll invite Karen multiple times. But I just wanted to tell you how amazing you are, how powerful you are, and how you never give up. And your energy is truly contagious. I am so honored to have you here, sharing this space and just listening to you. And I've heard a lot of stories, but you're very special to me. Your story is very special to me. It's just like this part that you said yesterday, that I don't want to take the money, I want to learn. Like when I grow up, I want to be like you. You know, I swear to God, it's amazing because people always choose the easy way. People always choose to bypass, and I'm one of them. I was one of them, and now I'm really not. I'm trying my best, but you know, you don't bypass. You don't choose that, and it's easier, and you choose to go because you trust yourself. You trust your vision. You trust that everything, it happens how it's supposed to, and you are in the right space in the right moment. So thank you. And those freaking kids are so blessed and safe. First of all, they're safe. That who they will become after her workshops and training and coaching is just unbelievable, and this is just the beginning.
And you're gonna be there?
Of course I'm gonna be there. Of
Yes.
course I'm gonna be there. So guys, thank you so much. It's this second season of M Vibes for me is very personal. You know, since my first season, I was in a different level, my mindset, everything. This season, it's definitely bringing people together. Now it's not about just me, my vision, and just her vision. It's all of us, because we all have something in common, and what we do have in common is make a difference. It's not about changing the world. It's not about changing someone. It's about making a difference, and that difference, that change, it comes from you. Is your actions, is your how you speak, how you love yourself, and how you love everyone else. And this vibration, guys, it is contagious, and you don't even have to try because you are already. So with that being said, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for watching and for listening, and now see you next time.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yes.